morning, students. We'll start with the numerical problems on bank reconciliation statement. As I have told you that the firm has the cash book, and in the bank column they record all the bank transaction, and the same recording is done in the passbook which is made by the bank, respective bank. And so to know the balance, both the balance on the cash book, bank column and the passbook should tally with each other. But sometimes there are some errors or some omissions due to which it does not tally. So for that we prepare a bank reconciliation statement. Now here's the question. Question number 1. Rimjim Limited maintains a current account with State Bank of India. On 31st March 2017, the bank column of its cash showed a debit balance of 1,54,300. However, the bank statement showed a different balance as on that date. The following were the reasons for the difference. So here the bank balance in the cash book showed a debit balance, and we had learned the other day that if there is a debit balance in the cash book, it is favorable. So we will write here debit balance as per cash book. On the plus side, because we have money, 1,54,300. Now we'll pick up the question one by one. I'll go a little slow so that you can understand. Now one thing to note over here is that this balance starts with the cash book. So with whichever book it starts, we have to move that book up and down and match with the passbook. Okay, so here if you see question number 1, it says checks deposited but not yet credited by the bank. Okay, so here check is deposited but not yet credited by the bank. Okay, so let me write here. So just for your understanding, I'm right here. So cash book, what we have done, it is going up, that means we have deposited. Okay, so cash book we have, it is going up. Okay, so I'll write here the sign. Okay, so we can say that this one is, we have deposited how much? 75,450. Okay, checks deposited, so we have deposited in the cash book. This is just for example. We have deposited in the cash book 75,450. But what is happening here? In the passbook we haven't deposited. Okay, so what is happening here? Our cash book is up by 75,450, but passbook is still not credited. So what we'll do, since we are starting with the cash book, we will have to bring it down and match with the passbook. So what we have told here, with whichever book it is starting, since it is starting with the cash book, we have to move the cash book up and down. So here we have deposited 75,450 in the cash book, but the passbook is still not credited. So we will have to move the cash book down and bring it to 75,450 rupees less. So here we have written add. All the adds will be on the upside and all the less will be on the downside. Okay, so we'll keep some space over here. So I have already done this earlier. So here we have written debit balance on the plus side. Then the first question said deposited but not credited by the bank 75,450. So since cash book is deposit, passbook is not deposit, we're starting from the cash book, we will bring the cash book down because passbook is yet not deposited. So we will write here less checks deposited but not credited by the bank 75,450. Number 2, checks issued but not yet presented. So what is happening over here? We have issued the check. That means we have taken out the check. So let me write minus sign here. We have issued the check of 80,760. But we have not entered in the passbook. That means our cash book is down and our passbook no money is out. So in our passbook we still have money. We have not taken out the money. How much money we still have in the passbook? We still have, let me write the same amount. We still have same 80,760. Okay, so here the cash book is, we have issued 80,760, but passbook we have not issued. We are starting with which? We are starting with cash book. So what we are going to do? We are going to move the cash book and bring it up to the passbook. So here what we will do? We will bring it up, and that this will go in the which side? This will go in the plus side. Okay, cash we had issued, we had taken out, but actually in the passbook we have not taken out the money. So cash we have taken out, but we have not issued it from the passbook. So we have to match with the passbook. So whatever it was taken out, we will bring it up again to 80,760. So this issue will become plus. Okay, so here checks issued but not presented 80,760. Next, bank charges not yet recorded. Now what happens is, the passbook they charge bank charges. Okay, so bank charges, let me write down here, minus 1,135. But there is no record in the cash book. What we have to move? Cash book no record. That means there is no deduction from the cash book, but we have deducted from the passbook. So we have to bring it to the passbook. So what we'll have to do here? Since we'll have to bring it to the passbook, passbook is less by 1,135. Cash book there is no deduction, no bank charges. So now we have to charge. So here we will minus 1,135. Okay, so what we have to move? Starting from the cash book, move the cash book and match it with the passbook. So here we will write bank charges not recorded 1,135. Next, number 4, checks received but directly from trade debtors. One of the customer, he deposited the check directly. And this is for 15,400. But there is no deposit in the cash book. So here what is happening here? Okay, I wrote it wrong over here. 1,35,200. 1,35,200. So here the passbook is deposited. What we have to move? We have to move cash book. Passbook is up, so we'll have to bring the cash book up to match with the passbook. We have to move the cash book, not the passbook. So here add checks received by bank directly from trade debtors 1,35,200. Number 5, insurance paid by the bank as per standing instruction. Now the customer gives order to the bank that when the time comes, the amount should be paid directly from the bank. So what happened? Here your insurance premium 15,400 is directly paid from the bank. So your passbook is less, but there is no payment from the cash book. So you have to match with the passbook. So you will have to bring down the cash book and write here insurance less insurance premium paid as per standing instruction 15,400. Okay, then we have number 6, dividend collected. Now dividend is collected on the shares, so the bank directly collects your dividend. So your bank has collected the dividend, so it has gone up to 1,000. Okay, it has gone up by 1,000, but there is no collection in the cash book. Your cash book is down, so you have to match with the passbook. So what you'll do, add dividend collected but not recorded in cash book. Okay, so all the plus items is been plus. Okay, and we plus all the plus item, and then what we do, we minus all the minus item, and then we get our credit as per balance. Now it was debit. Okay, now it will close with credit because we still have money. It started with cash book, it will close with passbook. Okay, so here what is happening, that since this started with a cash book, we will move the cash book up and down and match with the passbook. Okay, so here when we add all this, okay, when we add this, it is coming to 3,71,260, and then when we add this, it is coming to 91,985. 3,71,260 minus 91,985. So this is the credit balance. Okay, so this is how we prepare the bank reconciliation statement. Okay, so this is very easy. Only you have to write the statement and just have an idea with what it is starting. Since it is starting with the cash book, we are moving the cash book up and down and matching with the passbook, and all the add items will write up. So we can write here add and leave some space here so that we can write down the details and the amount, and all the less amount we can write here, and we can write down the details and the amount over here. Okay, so now we'll do question number 3. On 30th June 2014, the bank column of Mohan Kapoor's cash book showed a debit balance of 12,000. So since it is debit balance, that means it is favorable. So in our format, what we will write down, under the particulars, debit balance as per cash book, and in the plus side 12,000. So this is a bank reconciliation statement as on 30th June 2014. Further it says, on checking the cash book with bank statement, you find that number 1, checks paid into bank 8,000, but out of only these checks, 6,500 were cleared and credited by the bankers up to 80th June. Now this BRS we are making for the month of June, since we are starting with the cash book. Okay, so we'll write here cash book, and what was the, okay, let me shift it over here. Okay, so what was the detail that we have? We paid the check, that means, let me write here, we paid a check plus 8,000. Okay, but in the passbook, okay, this is you don't need to do this during examination, only in your mind you have to do. This is just for helping you to understand. So but out of this 8,000 check, only check worth of 6,500 were cleared. That means check worth of 6,500 were deposited, okay, in the passbook. So cash book is still up by how much amount? The cash book is still up by 1,500 rupees. We have deposited in cash book 8,000, but in passbook we have deposited only 6,500. So we have to move the cash book cash book is still up by 1500 and we have to match with the passbook which is less by 1500. So what we'll write here, less checks deposited but not yet credited 8000 minus 6500, 1500. Okay, then second one, checks of 9200 were issued, but out of these only checks of 7000 were presented. So here the checks worth of how much, minus 9200 we have given out, but from the passbook the check worth of how much, the check worth of only 7000 has been given out. That means how much worth of check we have given from the passbook, 7000. So cash book is less by 9200. Okay, and out of this 7000 is already paid from the bank, so still we are less by 2200. So this 2200 less will go up and match with the passbook to make it 9200. Okay, so 92200 minus 7000 is 22200, so this will come on the add side. Then we have receipt column of cash book is undercast by 200. Okay, so in the cash book, on the debit side we have the receipt and on the credit side we have the payment. So here it says that on the debit side it is undercast, the cash book, the bank column, which means the cash book, the bank, what we have done, the bank is less. Okay, in the cash book the bank column is less by 200, but in actually the passbook is showing more. Okay, if you remember the cash book, on the debit side we have the receipt, so we have received undercast. Okay, so we have receive less money from the cash book, but the passbook is more. So what we'll do, we have to match with the passbook, so we will add receipt column of cash book was undercast 200, that will come in the add. Number 4, the passbook shows a credit of 330 as interest on investment. So here passbook, it showed a credit balance, so you have done investment, so you got 330 rupees as interest, but there is nothing shown in the cash book. So here what happens, your passbook is more, your cash book is less. So what you will have to do, we have to make the cash book more, add to match it with the passbook. Interest on investment collected by bank 330 on the add side. On the same question, collected by bankers, okay, interest on investment collected by bank and debit of 60 on bank charges. So here the passbook is charging bank charges, so it is minus 60. There is no charges in the cash book, so what you have to do, you have to match with the passbook, so you'll have to bring it down to 60. So this will be less bank charges 60. Okay, then on 29 June a customer deposited directly into the bank. So in your passbook it is showing a deposit of 3000, but there is no deposit in the cash book, so you have to match with the passbook, so you'll have to plus this because this is more. So here you will have to write down amount directly deposited by the customer, 3000. Okay, so once again, what to remember, since we are starting with the cash book, we'll have to move the cash book up and down and match with the passbook. When this is minus, go to minus, when this is plus, go with plus. Okay, now for you all to make it little easier to do this, let me, okay, so let us plus all this side, and this is coming to, okay, this is coming to 17,730. Okay, so this is total over here, 17,730, and then what we are going to do here, we are going to minus all these items, and this will come, and then okay, we'll minus these two items. Okay, so for you all to understand it more easier, okay, so this two, if we add, it is coming to 1560. Okay, so this one and this one we have minused. Okay, so this will be a little confusing to you all. So okay, so this two, all this that we have the plus item 17,730, we minus from there 1560, and so it will debit balance, credit balance, cash book, and the closing will come as pass book. Okay, so this is how we make the bank reconciliation statement. With whichever book it starts, we have to move that book and match with the other book.